What God cannot do does not exist. The people where they argue with, should you say what God cannot do does not exist, or what God will not do does not exist, I beg, forge your own and then make your own go viral.
Oh my God, it's really hot to be living with an angry spouse.
My name is Jerry Uchechukwu ESE, the convener of New Season Prophetic Prayers and Declaration, NSPPD. I grew up from a very poor home, so my mother...
Anger. It's really hot. It is strong emotion. And as bad as it is, all of us have it. It is not a bad thing to get angry. But if anyone misbehave, God will chastise them. We can see Jesus himself to the temple, and he saw people doing buying and selling. He also chastised them. Likewise, when God sent the angel Michael to the priest Zachariah, and when Zachariah provoked angel Michael, he made him to be dumb. Although God did not send angel Michael to do what he did.
So now that one what they do when the call of God can't be strong for my body. The people where they talk, the people where they argue with what God cannot do, should you say what God cannot do does not exist, or what God will not do does not exist, make them bring out their own and make they cause their own to go viral. But you see, I don't get time to they argue with people.
Hi everyone, I welcome you to Arena of Healing. In this place, you wake up smiling, you feel no hands, and your burden is being removed. What are the tips that can help us to control our anger? Number one tips is prayer. Thessalonians 5:17 says, we should pray without ceasing. Prayer, we are not praying because we are in need of food. We are praying because of our destiny. When we have an emotion that we cannot control and we allow the emotion to control us, we may not be able to fulfill that purpose and destiny in life. The more you pray, the more you discover. The more you discover, the more you recover. And the more you recover, the quickly you fulfill your destiny.
So what do they talk, say? What God cannot do, everything that is in the nature of God, that what he cannot do does not exist. To whom brain is given, sense is expected. Today happens to be...
The second way is to have effective Bible study. Those who cannot read their Bible, they will soon become a servant of a prophet. When we don't have time to know the mind of God, sure, we will run to man to know their mind.
I know, how would we say it in Igbo? Do you understand? So,
John chapter 1 verse 1 says, in the beginning there was Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. The third way is to memorize Bible that you have reading and applying it to ourselves. As a believer, as a Christian, we should be able to know one or two Bible memory verses that can help us in every situation that we are passing through. When we have an emotion that we cannot control, and when we have sufficient word of God in us, it will help us to suppress whatever the situation that we think that is difficult.
The friends I had them, I told them they were jumping. He was like a celebrity in school, but I wasn't happy. So it took me some days to just, chew on it. But when I finally went to pray, immediately I went to pray. I just knew, God just told me, I just knew he was the one. And the things that were in my heart.
way is to have unshakable faith in the Lord. When there is an emotion we cannot control, when we believe in God, believe in His word, we have faith that definitely we will conquer it. John chapter 8 verse 24 says, unless you believe who I say I am, you may die in your sin. Although the enemy may be doing their revival, but we have the voice that calms every situation. And that voice is the voice of the name called Jesus.
Say, I almost ruined my marriage. So, the journey no easy.
Anger is a bad thing. Anger is a bad thing. It really affected us. It really affected us, if not for the kind of person that he is. He came from a place where he...
Another point again is to witness to others. When you witness to others, what you have told others not to do, it will be difficult for you to get involved. So Lukoria gave an example last week of a woman that just gave her life to Christ. She went out to witness to someone, and her daughter that I've lost for 5 years was be able to find. When we witness to others, it also empowers us to suppress bad emotion, bad feelings.
But you know, the more I kept doing this thing, the light left. There was no more light. It was just you're there, you're existing, okay. Anything you want, you know, that kind of thing. So
talk about service to others. Every place that God has placed us to be, it is a place for us to serve others. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 10 says, that's gift that God has given to you. Use it to serve one another. I pray for everyone that they are watching this program, that the peace of God will find you. Everyone in the world that we have now, we are looking for peace. People are looking for peace. Maybe when I got a good job, I will have peace. Maybe when I have a husband, I will have peace. They forget that the only way we can have peace, it is the peace that Jesus has given to us. He gave himself to us, dying on the cross, so that we can have the peace that above every other peace. And the only way we can have this peace in our home, our marriage, in our career, is to have that Prince of Peace in our life, which is Jesus Christ. And if you are watching this program, you have not yet surrendered your life to Christ, this is another opportunity for you to accept him and accept peace into your situation. I pray once again for you that the Christ will abound in your home today. Have a wonderful day, and God bless you.
Or home. So my mother na single parent, but my mama say God tell her, say in hand in my life. So my mama no degree see me on the streets. Life was hard. Life was really tough. Until one day I went to church and I met a kind couple. And the couple will train me for school. They trained me for my secondary school, finished secondary school, trained me for university. So now my small story be that. The very first thing where I go call work, na to work for media house. I used to read news. I did read news way back on BCA. You know, so from reading news, I got a job with the World Bank project on HIV and AIDS. I was a communication specialist, you know. So I do that work small. I can't get another bigger one for United Nations, specifically UNFPA, you know, still as a communication specialist. Is what God cannot do, does it? Is it, I beg, forge your own and then make your own go viral. But I guess I just address the small one where somebody they talk, say, there are things where God no fit do. You say what God cannot do, God cannot lie. God can. The Bible say, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. I go smoke Igbo.
No.
I go sleep with somebody who will not be my wife. But Bible say I can do all. Deep.
Supposed to be our wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
I married for when I did 24. because me and I'm already the relationship because I meet them when I did final year in the third year, you know. So and I meet them for where I go preach. And so I open mouth that night. So and I tell them, I no get rhyme. I know, you know, how would we say it in Igbo? Do you understand? So I no get rhyme. So I just told her, the Holy Ghost say I should marry. I told her God said I should marry you. You know, so and she didn't come out. She run, come out.
As I ran, I was crying. I cried. I went straight to my friend's room. But I think my major problem, I should say I think.
Yes.
My major problem was his height. Because I used to tell God I want a tall man. You know, tall man.
I'm not short though.
I didn't say you're short. No, you are not short. But I wanted a tall man. I'm ready. Let's do it.
I'm not going to.
The John, he came from a place where he saw a lot of peace. Everything was just fine. I came from a background where, you know, fighting was normal. You know, it's not like it was normal, but I saw a lot of it, and I saw a lot of raising of voice, shouting. So that was such a challenge because it was draining him. It wasn't draining me, but it was draining him, and it was such a huge challenge because at some point he became so quiet. I knew then, you know, that early time in marriage, whenever, you know, he sees me, he just lights up. I think that's even when sense started coming back, when I just started discovering that I'm losing this man. No.
The turning point when she began to have a deep relationship with God, and I must tell you, you see this ministry. I don't know how many women who will support me the way my wife has supported. That's the truth. Okay, as a young man, we even be pastor, we do well in ministry, so to speak. How I take no get into all these women side chick nonsense and palaver. They say are they very disciplined, and I don't put parameter in place when no go make it easy. Wherever I go to, I go with a check system in place. So I know, and besides, you get something. You won't make her lose the thing we God they do in my life. You won't make her lose that one not too much treasure. Now no go lay am for the lap of Delilah. I no fit. I like when me and God dey. So when I look the thing where they flow from God. Now come and use it just oppose it because they look one side chicken, and then everything where you they do, every of your anointing go just disappear for 1 second. Waiting I go tell my generation. And also when you live a very prayerful life, you get some things where fire go generate, where chikaya no go penetrate. I don't date my house before, woman naked from my house when my wife go London. At that point in time, now only God that stays in heaven. And the worst thing will happen that now that time I work for World Bank project on HIV and AIDS. I get condoms where my driver they sell condom at the time. So I don't tell my driver, I say, please make sure that all the condom, I was angry with him. I say, offload all the condoms in the house because they are not supposed to be sold. And so he offloaded the condoms and lubricant. So you can imagine where somebody don't naked, you look left, see condom and lubricant, waiting they hold you now. But I know say, waiting God go use me during the future. Big pass the pleasure where I won't get now. I'm not gonna lie, say there was no reaction. Do you understand? But I run. I live. I no one think. I no one meditate because that's where the problem is. The problem is not in what you saw. The problem is in what you were meditating on.
Far away that they will remain on us.
Okay, one thing where people don't know about me, they say I know they like cockroach, especially the flying ones. I know they like.
You don't like it or you're afraid of it?
I don't care.
I don't. But you're afraid of it.
Okay, so I feel leave room for cockroach actually. So I know this. So that's why actually I try to live. You know, I don't like to see cockroach, even the small one. I know they like see cockroach, and I know they. And I think waiting people don't know. Maybe some people know, but I won't underline now. I get heart for people.